Welcome everybody to another EVE Online video. Ever since the Kronos update, we are now being treated to a brand new frigate in our mining frigate lineup, and it is the Prospect. It is a Tech 2 version of the Venture mining frigate, and it is specifically designed to mine in nullsec and low-sec environment, or any other hostile part of space. So let's take a look what sets this ship apart from the Venture that we're used to. Primarily, it's going to be the price, of course. Since it is a Tech 2 frigate, you can expect that the price is going to be much higher. And currently, the Prospect is about 8 to 10 times more expensive than Venture, depending on the market conditions. Besides that, the one glaring difference between Prospect and the Venture is the fact that now Prospect can fit the covered ops cloaking device, and it is a very great device since now you can warp in your low-sec or null-sec environment completely cloaked up. Of course, we lose the +2 bonus to the ship warp core strength, but at the same time we're getting more low slots where you can fit the warp core stabilizers if you choose. Aside from that, now you have to train the Expedition Frigates skill, which will gain you additional 5% bonus to mining yield and 5% reduction to the ship's signature radius, meaning that other players or other routes in the asteroid belt will have a tougher time targeting you, so you have more time to escape if you have to. And besides that, of course, Prospect has a boosted tank compared to Venture, so you're able to take a few more hits. It's still not a very good ship to tank in, of course, but if you get into a spot of trouble from the rats, you still hopefully will be able to warp away. As for the fit that I'm currently trying out, it is the following. Of course, in the high slots I fitted the 2 minor Tech 2s and our covered ops cloaking device. In the mid slots I have the micro warp drive, the service scanner and the shield extender. And in the low slots I have the PPDS, the warp core stabilizer and the mining laser upgrades, 2 of them. For the rigs, I had to fit this rig right here, the small processor overclocking unit, which gave me more CPU. As you can see, I have only 4 points left. And I also got this little rig right here, the small core defense field purger, which helps my shield restore at a faster rate. Now this ship is a rather tough one to fit because of the power grid and CPU constraints, especially with the fit I have right now, because mainly I wanted to have 2 mining laser upgrades. I stuck with only 1 warp core stabilizer simply because I want to keep my targeting range at 15 kilometers. But traveling, let's say, to and from low-sec, if you want to, you can actually get rid of one of them and install just 1 more warp core stab. Of course, your targeting range is going to go down, but we're not worried about targeting asteroid belts, we're actually just worried about getting through the gate camps. And you can swap these out at a station in low or null-sec once you get there. And of course, if you choose not to, you can remove the micro warp drive and install an afterburner, but I want to stay as fast as possible, getting from asteroid to asteroid. So this is the fit I have right here, and I'm gonna try it out. I flew this ship just about everywhere except high-sec, which wouldn't make much sense considering this is designed for null-sec and low-sec, and so far it has performed really well. Mining in null-sec, I always stayed aligned to a celestial object, and it was a breeze mining very high-valued ore. I kept on mining even though there was another person in local. After some time though, I felt like I overstayed my welcome and definitely thought that I was being scanned as I was mining, so I decided to just pack up, cloak up and leave. After that, I tried mining in a wormhole, and once again it was no problem. As I was keeping my eye on D-scan, it was all quiet. And finally I tried the ship out in low-sec. Here I tried to mine for as long as I could in an attempt to fill up the ore hole completely. The available 10,000 cubic meters at a current rate of my mining, depending on skills that I have, will take up about 14 minutes in total to fill up. 14 minutes in low-sec though is quite a long time, so somebody was bound to show up, and a few people did, so I decided to try a different tactic with the Prospect. Once I saw ships on D-scan, all I did was simply cloak up. Even if those guys saw a glimpse of me on D-scan, they wouldn't know exactly where I am. And I also was far away from the center of the asteroid belt, so if they warped in here, I would be able to spot them and warp away. All I had to do was wait it out till they leave, and in the meantime I was trying to scan them down on my own just to see where exactly they are located. And once the coast cleared up, it was back to mining. Once I was at the max capacity for the ore hold, I collected about 2.3 million ISK worth of ore. It is a bit of an underestimated value because once you refine it into minerals, you're probably going to get a lot more. But still, this leaves the prospect not very cost effective compared to its Tech 1 cousin, the Venture. This is of course dependent on the current market value for the Radiant Hemorphite, which I was mining right here. Because of the bonuses for gas cloud harvesting for the ship, I also decided to try that out. Gas takes up very little space in the ore hold, and depending on what it is you're trying to harvest, it can be quite lucrative. And what I found out is that Venture would perform just a little bit worse because of the additional bonuses that the Prospect has. Better tank and the ore hold capacity are great perks for the Prospect, but definitely the ability to fit the covered ops cloaking device will get you into systems that you wouldn't ordinarily get to in a Venture. I look forward to bringing you more in-depth videos for this ship. Thank you for watching. Please check out my other videos for low-sec mining and low-sec riding, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more videos like this one.